Hello, AFI Movie Club. I'm Mel Jones. I am the producer of Really Love, and I'm also an AFI alum.
Thank you for dinner, Miss Richmond. It was amazing.
You're welcome. How did you two meet again?
At an art show.
One of the reasons why this is one of my favorite scenes is because a lot of time in movies where there are people of color, you don't really get to see the family aspect. It's really rare, which is unfortunate, to see like a mother and a father and this type of scene. And so anytime I get to see them in movies, it makes me excited because we all come from somewhere. And in this particular scene, obviously, the parents are not very happy or will not be very happy in a few moments with what their daughter is saying. And this is a first meeting of the new boyfriend who's an artist and they're kind of rich folks.
I love the fact that you want to help people, but there are cheaper ways to do that, and it's called volunteering.
That's one of my favorite lines. She's like, you don't need to be a lawyer that helps people and doesn't make money. If you want to help people, you can volunteer and still make money, which I think is like so funny, but also in a lot of ways a true sentiment when that's not a value of yours to do that. And so the parents and the child having different values and that being reflected even in her choice of men becomes an issue.
It must be hard to date while balancing law school.
Dear.
Daddy, it's fine. I make time.
Oh, honey, no one can make time. That's why we don't want to waste it.
Actually, me and Isaiah are living together.
Where? Since when?
Since
In your house?
Just the reactions between the parents, the judgment there, and the feelings that kind of arise, because that wasn't something that she planned to say. And even prior, in the scenes prior, she told him, my parents don't know that we're living together. And so her kind of being agitated with her mom has her blurt out this fact that no one was ready to hear. Really kind of sets the film into a different motion. Like this is a really important scene where he feels the need to work more, and in many ways he negotiates his time toward taking care of her and being a provider in a way that she doesn't necessarily need or want. Thus begins the big conflict.
Times surely have changed.
Suzanne Douglas passed away between the time that we made the movie and when it came out. And so this is another reason why I chose this scene, because it was, I think, one of her last filmed performances. It was an absolute pleasure to have her on set. And she embodied the characters in ways that no one could ever imagine. I think when you think about, when you read the script, we've read it at this point probably a million times. And to see it embodied, it was just, oh, it was such a pleasure to watch her work. And the same thing with my dear friend Blair Underwood. He did this as a favor. We wanted to find a dad that was iconic, who would be a presence and who would do us this favor. Because like the dad doesn't have a lot of lines, or a lot to say, but means a lot. Like having a father even in a scene, is super important, especially to the Black community where there's like so many other narratives out there. And so he was willing to come and play, and we're indie film, so we're just so gracious to both of them because I think they really grounded the film in a way we couldn't have imagined until after seeing it. I also want to say that painting is by an artist from LA. He's since deceased, but his name is Noah Davis. And he created the Underground Museum in the hood for people of color to be able to find amazing fine art where they live. Fine art is such a different world than that of like the movie business. Just kind of that struggle and the way in which things are chosen and how hard it was or is for people of color to really make it in that space, and Noah kind of being a unicorn. Part of this whole story was an homage to him and his life and what he left behind, and all the good stuff that has kind of been born from the space he created and still exists.